everybody, we are back in No Man's Sky, and I will just sort out the chat. And I'm also going to grab the obligatory drink. That's a bit of a letdown. Hello there, Star, how you doing? Having fun with your gallivanting life, I take it? Oh, that's fizzy. Right, so we are back in No Man's Sky, and I don't know if people recognise the ship, but this is Pathfinder. This is what we're going to be flying today. I was considering having another. Oh, you're playing at Exit 8. Oh, how many times have you got out? That's the question. I think I've got out 3 times, and I've found 5 or 6 endings so far. Interesting game, simple game if you work out what you have to do. Yeah, well, it's not just looking, it's also listening for the anomalies, because you get sound glitches, which are part of the anomaly system. I also made a complete arse of arriving at the base there because I came in at too steep an angle. So I'll pull in front of the ship and then we can have a look at what we were doing. Actually, what I do need to do is also get out of the ship. There we go. Now I'm going to stand on the top, and then we can look down and see where we were. So at the front we can see there's some, it's tidied up. I've dragged out the thing to give us clearer space, and you can see we have this thing. That is a guide. It's not the final shape, obviously. It's a guide as to what the lookout of the ship, and how it's got certain things that happen at each one of those step points. But basically, that there is where it's going to be touching the ship, and that there is where it's going to be touching the ship. I did do a straight, I'm going to get to the back of the ship in a minute. I did think there was a couple of straight pieces before we began to curve. That was one of the mistakes I made. So we know what's going on. We've got the curve, which is coming around, but then at this point we get this bit that does straighten, comes in and drops down. Hello there, Atlas, how are you doing today? Having a good day, I hope. Hope your weather's better than what it is here. Because it's definitely not that marvellous. The other bit was the back, because I don't know why it didn't want to work. Actually, what I do need to do is I need to get down there, so... Doing. Right, go back into camera mode momentarily. So, and still one of the pieces hasn't technically there. But this is the shape it was meant to be. Not quite as long as it should have been. And I couldn't get one of the angles right, and it's the same typical thing. I mean, there's the back that shows you just those panels there don't actually need to be there. You can see how close I was when I free-handed them. But those are just a reference guide for a bit that sticks out in the middle of the engine. But the shape, which if I raise up, that's how the back of the ship is meant to be kind of patterned. So that's relatively straightforward. We're going to do a bit on that because it is relatively straightforward. And then we've got the guidance of this, because this is going to be a fun bit. The first piece that comes out from here has it's set back slightly. It has a pattern to it. So it goes across and comes down and across and up to meet the side. But it has like a special pattern on it. So we've got to try to work out how to do that as well. Now, so I'm actually standing up and not floating. We just go down and come back up. So yeah, this bit here was fairly straightforward, which was good. Getting the two pieces, and they've matched up really nice. I was going to say, considering you're quite far north, I know people further south than you who've had some. I don't know if bad really covers it, but there's been some bad weather. But yeah, it's good to know that things haven't been too bad for you on the weather-wise, and some people have had ridiculously cold temperatures, way beyond the temperatures I would want to have to be in. Right, let's get to the ship. So the back piece of the ship, joining this piece to the actual ring piece back. I really shouldn't have said that, but that section there, that's the difficult bit. But getting the shape on here should be quite easy. But what I will do is I will remove those and I will clock these down for the shape of what we need. So if I could get that to snap into place, there we go, it's snapped into place. So this bit here needs to come from, let's go to there. That's the right size, and then it's a straight flat back edge, and then I'll have to infill it with something. So what we're going to start is the good old grab a platform, stick it out here. That is level, isn't it? I have stuck that onto the right piece. Yes, I have. For one reason or another, I thought that was on the weird side. Right. Then we need a garage or door. Right, now we've done a lot, which is just half to lift. Would that be about the right angle for that? And then build it. Yeah, I think we'll try that. I think we'll go for that. So what we need is a half wall. Come on, there we go. Half wall. I'm going to have to raise it up because we are slightly in the wrong place. Because like I said, if we get the same kind of angle as we've got there, and we extend it, will that be too steep? No, it shouldn't be too steep. It should be okay for what we need. And then we will have to remove that wall, but we've got the others next to it. So, this is going to be fun. Right, so now we need one of the bigger pieces. Because these are all going to intersect. When I get the snap point right, come on. No, up. There we go. That one. That one. Is that too steep? Is it too steep? I'm not sure if that's too steep. Thankfully, I've got the pictures to hand, so I can do a quick double check when I remember where I stuck the pictures, of course, because that always helps. So, there it is. Funny enough, it's in the No Man's Sky folder. Oh, hang on a minute. Have I actually not made it steep enough? Yeah, I've actually not made it steep enough. Okay, so best bet would, I suppose, no, it needs to be more 45, doesn't it? Right, so we go up there, and then that one, oops, no, I didn't want to do that. That to there, remove, then we go you to there, and then you to there, and then I'll remove those. And then I'm going to replace it using the half walls because of the shape, but that gives you the idea of where it's meant to come from. So if I grab one of them, in fact I'll do that way around, like so, and then if I go down, if I can get this to click in the right place. There, is that the right place? That's the right place. Oops. So, and then we can remove that and that. So that gives us that. It then comes across a little bit and it ducks down for the inside. So that's gonna be fun. So if I remove that and that, and I can remove these 4 wires from here so they don't get in the way, and hopefully that's going to be in the right place. Right, and we'll remove those 2. There we go. So that gives us the basis of what we need. So like I say, it has to come across and then dip down again. Although it does show the middle bit to be wider, doesn't it? But it doesn't drop as far. Oh, that's going to be fun, because that's quite a narrow piece. Right, fun and games, people. Fun and games. We need to tilt a floor. I also got that in the wrong place. No, actually I didn't. I just... And we go to there. Thankfully, that's level-ish. Right, so that gives us that. I need that so the wall is lying down. So that means I'm going to have to go up. Okay, so from there, if I do, yes, aha, is that perfectly straight? That is not perfectly straight, but that's not a problem. As long as I do it from the other side, it'll match, he says, hopefully. Let's, here we go. 1, 2. Seriously, more lawsuits and shit. It's getting ridiculous. It's like the fact that there's an indie developer who they're doing this like medieval game, and you think to yourself, oh great, medieval game, but because it's set from the viewpoint oh yeah, you see that twisted. Fuck. Okay, we can't have any twist. We need to get that perfectly flat, don't we? Right. Yeah, because they've got this game that's like this medieval basis. You play as a man dressed in armor, and as a result, there is a female love interest, if I remember rightly, and people are complaining, certain people are complaining, that there's not enough gay characters, basically. But like I say, this is set hundreds of years ago. And did I forget to remove the... I also think I just deleted something I shouldn't have done. Shit. Oh no, it has actually... That only goes to there. Right, okay, we're sorted. So that has gone to there. I'm going to redo this wire though, because I've got a horrible feeling. Yeah. Oh, fuck it, I'll just stick another one on top. So yeah, like I was saying, because you're basically playing the part of... Fingers are going to be a set of fucking idiots, aren't they? Fingers are going to be a set of fucking idiots. There we go. Because you're playing the part of a man and you've only got the option of having the female love interest, then it means people are unhappy and... Oh, I just went and clicked the wrong... Yeah, people are complaining about it, in short. But I mean, if you're the ones making a game, you should be able to make the game however you want. And then it's down to people, do they actually want to play the game or not? And if they don't want to play the game, they don't play the game. If they do want to play the game, they play the game. It's as simple as that. Right, so there we go. Now that I've done that, I have to do it on the underside, which is fun. I've got to make this reddish looking, so I'll probably be using orange at the minute, because I was looking at a test I did for the Romulan ship, and the bit that lights up is actually darker than the bit that's not lit, because that's how screwed up all the lighting is in this game. So yeah, they need to get that fixed. Right, we need... It's like when that group went after Valve, and Valve ended up having to remove games from the games catalogue, even if you'd purchased them, just because I think they're an Australian-based group. But it's a case of, if you're an adult and you're playing an adult game, you know that the game is not real life. I mean, after all, you're not going to play a zombie game and think it was real life, because you know how fucking stupid it would be if zombies were real, because we'd all be fucked. But yeah, because there was this whole thing about the way people were treated in several games, Valve had to remove games, which I think is stupid. And what was worse was the fact that banks actually stopped taking payments. And you think, right, so you're going to violate the law just to actually, I mean, it's not like they were dealing with hyper illegal things, shall we say. This is just a video game that had a moment of something in, and 99% of the time it was story related. I mean, it makes me think of one of the books that I've done, where I need to put that on top, don't I? This I could get that in the right place. Hang on. I just want to make sure I get that in the right place. Yeah, I think it's that one. So yeah, there's a scene in one of the books I did that it involves somebody in a very vulnerable position, and as a result, it's a case of, well, yes, they're in a vulnerable position, but then you have to realise what's put them in that position and why they become what they become. And if someone was to start bitching about that, and I've just gone and deleted the thing, then you end up with this whole problem of you've just ruined a whole chunk of the story. You know, people finding strength from horrible things that happen. And, yeah. Right. 1, 2, 3. Take you up to there. Then get rid of that line. Then grab a shorty off the wall. Come on. That's it. We'll go down. Come on. Snap points, don't be a fucking idiot. I really hate the way snap points don't always... I mean, you can see that they're not even at the connection. They've been faulty like that for a long time now. It's getting really annoying. Right. And if anyone's interested, no, my books are nowhere near being published at the moment, but hopefully at some point they will be. Right, so there we go. We've got that bit and that bit. We now need to come down part way, but also put in a designating break. That's not going to fit in the middle, is it? It's going to either go there or there. So if I, because this bit sticks out a little bit more. As annoying orange. Yes. Yes, it's easy to get a little bit ranty on certain subjects because you can't believe people can be as careless. You know, it's like, we think people should all be treated fairly, and then, but you actually want certain people to be treated more fairly than others, as long as you're the one that's being treated fairly. You don't care about anyone else. It's sad, but that's how it works with some people. Right, that now needs to come back down. So I can already remove, if I can do this carefully, actually, if I take that to there and there, remove that. So now you can already see how that's positioned. So we need to dip down in the middle, and it'll be hidden, so I'll be able to just use these, even though these come down too far. Hang on, I need grab that. Excuse me. How far does it have to be for the... No, I'll just... That, probably. Because I think... No, rather than them, let's use one of them. Like so. So what we're going to do is we're going to have a couple of the metallic ones bend down into that piece. And now I need to get the positioning right. So, because it has to be on this side of the post. Right, yes, so the easiest way to do that is it's a short wall. Is that just 2? I think it's just 2. In which case, if no, it'll be that. So yeah, it'll be a full set of these, I think. Well, you see, that's what I call position. That's good enough for what I need. I mean, if I was Rasterlight, I'd be shifting that the 6 or 7 pixels across, because he really is Mr. Detailed. Oh, talking of which, base tours. I am doing a video base tour soon of Mr. E.R. Burroughs. So, but it will be a video one, because it's a place that he can't give out the coordinates, unfortunately, because like many builders, he's been suffering some serious trouble. Too many griefers faffing around doing stuff that they shouldn't be. So that isn't lined up. That is not lined up. Why are you not lined up? You are very much not lined up. Okay. That's central, that's central, that goes there, that goes there. We have twisted, oh yeah, of course we're going to be twisted, aren't we? You dum-dum. Because that wall's slightly off. It's okay, we're sorted. I just remembered why that, so that's why it has to be done from the other side as well, yes. So I have to put in, I can do this, but then I have to do the back piece and flaps perfectly aligned, because these pieces here, I forgot, are actually slightly tilted outwards. Right, that's not a problem. So from there, now I've got to try to remember how I'm going to do this. So from there across, right, I need a short wall, which there is one just there, and that should give me my position. Come on, hang on, let's put one you there, then you there, that's it. Then we go for the long wall, like that, and it should be, because it's meant to be the 45, so it should be from there, and then we grab another shorty from there, and we place it there, like so. Now we'll remove that and that and that, grab that again, like so, then we can grab that, and then you go there, and oops, you go there. So that's how we now have that. You can see how much it twists actually, so I can't really get away with a thing on that one, can I? Because like I say, they're closer together at the back than they are at the length of the wall, so they spread apart slightly. So short of tilting it a bit differently, but no, it has to have that kind of a shape. So I mean, I can kind of fill it in by doing that, and then wibble wobbling in the bit in question that needs to be wibble wobbled. It's funny, I mean, it's not much of an angle, but it does make quite the difference on the design. So yeah, again, we need Then the full one. 1, 2. Mind you, thinking of insanity, I don't know if anyone's been watching the new Star Trek series. I hear it hasn't gone down too well. Right. Then we have to go 1, 2, and down. Is that right? Or have I got that in the wrong place? Hang on. That's balanced. That's not balanced. Right, I did. I oobly bobbled it. It's that one there. No, hang on. Let's try that one again without that one. Like so. Then get rid of that one. Being pop. That one. Like so. So now. Yep, that should be correctamungo. We can remove those. Copy them again. Come underneath. I mean, this is the easy bit on the outside. Once you get yourself in a proper position to... No, I can't remember which way I did this. Yeah. There we go. Then we get rid of that. We copy that. Come on, you can do it. Right, remove. There we go. Sorted. It's getting there slowly. It's definitely getting there slowly, but it's not too bad. Oh. Yes, I don't know what everyone else is building at the minute, but hopefully people are having fun with something in the build world. That's almost right, isn't it? Yeah. Right. No, come back. There we go. So that's there. All for the placement of one part, you know. Like when I was on about around the thing there. The placement of that square required like 16 parts to be put down. Just for that. They're like, seriously, you know, 16 parts. Right. So that is us lined up. Then we can grab the wall. One, two, three. Right, so now we've got there. This is where we need to carefully remove that one. Call that one up. Remove that one. Come on. There we go. And then we can grab one of them. Oh. And then it actually puts it on slightly the wrong. That's what gets me. I get rid of that one. So it has now got it in the right place. I mean, it's a laugh and a half, really. The fun trying to get those things put in place. Of course, with all the other stuff we've got in place, we now have to do what we did before about shunting the thing over. So I'm going to stick you on there a second. So, and then, oh, that's the piece that went wild earlier. Get rid of you. Now, trying to get lined up. So 1, 2, 3. Grab the triangles. 1, 2, 3. Come on. Come on. Almost there. There. Like so. Then we take you and we prop you there. So, it's going to be fun doing this underneath in a moment. Seriously is. Right, now, we'll place you there and you there, and we can get rid of that one. Then we can get you there. And that's 2. So 45 should be there. No, don't do that. There we go. Pull you to there. We can do, right, we need you there so we can get the piece in place. So we put you there, like so. Put you there. Do that. Remove that. Copy that. Like so. And then we can remove And there we have the top edge of the engine. And somehow I'll have to narrow these down. I've got the underside to do, and then I've got to illuminate them with like horizontal fins, but in orange. So hang on a second. If I So the question is, whilst I'm standing over here, if we look at office furniture, now there is something that has, there it is, what they call the shelf panel. Now, I'll leave that there a second. Obviously it's the wrong size, and this is going to be difficult to fit because it's also completely the wrong shape. If I do that, then grab that, because I mean it's got a weird, let's say it's that big, and then I'm gonna have to how can I, because obviously it's got the blue flash to it. I've got a supporting wall behind, actually it's not actually attached to the supporting wall. I wonder if so if I grab the lantern, which is small, because I mean obviously just sticking it behind the wall isn't going to be that marvellous, is it? No. If I make the lantern, oops, you see, oh, and then I'll just delete the platform I'm standing on, because that's how really clever I am. Let's do testing while several hundred feet in the air, because that's really clever. Yay! Right. Well, the first thing we'll do is start by fixing that. And you see, because I deleted that mid board, all of the pieces have gone. So I'll not scale it all the way, I'll just stick a couple in. Because it should still, see, it's still got the gap behind it. So now, if I go to the light and I grab one of these, if I make this bigger, none of the lamp is coming through, and it's not a good enough glow. It's lighting the wood, but it's not lighting the thing. I mean, we've got the bowl dispenser thing, but the problem with the bowl dispenser, it does stick out a long way. So I wonder if I remove that and remove that, what would be a good way to solve this? Because I could put wires down and attach lights onto them, but those lights might then still just show through too much. I mean, as an example, if I just stick down a couple of wires, also I need to, yeah, I had a feeling that that had jumped across when it shouldn't have done. So we get the free placement. Now grab that. See, even the wires are sticking through quite a lot, which isn't that good. And pill lights? Thankfully the pill lights maintain the colour, which is good. But they have no orange, we only have red and yellow. But we could try that by... That did not stick down. Oh, come on, fingers. You know, earlier it was a case of not having the thing glitching properly. Now it's a case of I can't do what I was doing earlier whilst I was trying to stick something down. There you go. Right, now if I hook that wire, that's just going to, the lights are showing too much. I need them to
technology recharge.
Yeah, although having said that, because they've got stripes on them, I wonder if I could merge oversized lights to give me the same effect. That might work. But we will come back to that. I will make another quick save though. And then, right, so like I say, we've got, I did just think there was something else I didn't point out at the beginning, because this ship has a piece that's going to come inside, which is why I've left this stuff. So your feet are going to be in the very center of both rings. And you've got like a headroom piece and a pointy bit that comes out to about there, and a corridor that leads through, which is why we have a door here. So I've redone how the floor levels are going to be. So obviously we've got the power distribution. I'm going to have to consider lying that down on its side, which will be fun. But yeah, it'll work. Never mind, it will work. So that's the floor for that, and then you're going to come forward and you'll get to where the bridge section is. So like I say, it's only going to have 2 decks, it's not going to have all the decks. But what I did do is calculate the inner circle, and that's what all of these are for. These actually show us where all the pieces clip on. Now, that's also important for another reason, because it's also how we need to turn the curve for all the pieces. The joy. So, I can grab, not that wall because that's not being textured correctly, and grab that, and thankfully, because these are what they are, for now I can just I actually have to move this wall slightly because of the it sticks out, but that's not an issue. We can sort that out. That does not look like it's in the right place for some reason. But it is. That is in the right place. And then we're going to base it from the top of the wall as to where this then goes. I just realised we've still got a random piece there. So I mean, this is basically half wall out from where it has to be. So we start by doing that, and we need a half wall. One, two. Let me just double check on this side. So yeah, we have 1, 2, and it goes straight from the second, and the third one and the fourth one are curving. Right, so gotta love how this works. Right. Remove, 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 remove. Whenever I remove so much stuff, I was like, do I need that? I do need that, don't I? Right. So then we can grab that, because it's the one lower down where that's all going to be based. So although we're actually got the shape there, the piece that we're, so say 1, 2, and then it would go in a straight line here as per that, so it would come to here with the shape it's going to throw in. So we'll do these two first. So now we need the short wall, so now we can actually remove that one and that one. It still feels really bad doing that. Like so. Then we grab that and we go to there. New. There we go. And we can remove that one. Facing into the build, I don't know, it's really worrying. And I think everyone does it where they accidentally press the wrong button. There, that's how it didn't click at all. I definitely have certain controllers that it's easier to do on. That so went to the wrong place, didn't it? There we go. Then we can remove that one. Right. And we can remove that and that. It is one of those things that is quite frustrating when you get something in the wrong place. Come on. I'm not far. There we go. I was just suddenly thinking to myself I wasn't far enough over. But at least that means this piece is almost done. Because now we've done that piece, and we need to grab that. Come on. That one, and is that in the right place? Problem is, if they're leaning, that one is leaning. There we go. So that one's right. That one's right. Oh. So, if I remember rightly, so that's 2, and then it continues from number 2, yes. So, we've actually got a piece that's going to run here, and then from there, that's where we get our jump piece that's going to go over. So I'll remove that again for now. So let's get the next 2 pieces done actually, and like I say, still looking for future ideas, even though we're quite some distance off actually finishing this one. Right, so let's see, I need you onto nah, come on, there we go. It is unfortunate that the byte beat can't be turned or have 0 volume and still do its job, because it does seem to cause a problem. There we go. And the same for this one. This is what happens when you do too much housework before you have to do anything. Your fingers are knackered before you even start. Okay. Right, and I need to remove that one and that one. When you just have to place parts, it's quite nice. The whole trying to get everything in place first, that can be annoying. But oops. The end result is still very pleasing. After all these clicks and stuff, you'd think I'd probably remember which way around to rotate something as well. But no, I forget the rotation quite often. Right. I just thought I removed those boards when I needed... Oh no, I don't need them, do I? Because they're going to be hidden. They are hidden. Right. Yes. So, if I carefully remove that, and then put one there, because now it's got to go across flat. But oh, actually no, it's a simple flat, isn't it? So I can just, hey, guess what, easy building work. Right, so we go there. Let's just check, make sure I did put the hinge pieces out. I did put the hinge pieces out. I'm going to go down. No, come on. It needs to hook to the right piece, not... There you go. Right, there we go. That's better. So I'll come up and we look. And we can go into camera mode now and get the sunlight up so we can see what we're doing. And now, there we go. We've got that part of the curve done. It comes out. You can see where the two pieces go. So this will continue round in a curve up to a point, because I think as of the next piece round, that's when we start to build up to the side of the ship. So yeah, we've got the bit I was talking about here. That's the bit that it's got a funny shape to it, and it's quite dark. I think it's like predominantly black. I had considered its vertical lines. I had considered using like stairs, maybe shrunk down a little bit on the side, and then think. But because stairs are at an angle, the glitch point is in a strange place. I should have done a bloopers reel or something and shown just how annoying it is on that particular piece, because it was quite something. So I think what we will do, because we've covered the back of the ship, although I will finish off that other piece later. And we've got the side of the ship done for the thing. I was talking about the fact that I need to sort out the power. I have the power! Except I have the ability to fall off everything as well, so that's good. Because the other thing is that I need to run a power line through the ring, because this, obviously, is where the ring is getting its power from at the minute. So when I lie down, the thing there, that's where the problem's going to arise. Get rid of that. You can see it goes into there. So, because we're running 2 decks, because I was also calculating the angles of where things need to be. So that's there. This bottom plate obviously has to move. This wall needs to stop curving. This is like an underspace. This is where there's going to be like extra wiring and shit like that. It also means that if I remove that panel there needs to actually be one of these, like so. Get my head in so I can do what the bloody hell I'm doing. Then we'll get rid of that one. Then we'll go to, not you, but you, yes. And right, actually, before I do that, yes, color. So if I click you and you, now does that mean that I've got black instead of orange on the wall? That is the question. I've got great, good, right, so that's good. Oh, this is going to be it. This is going to be the fun bit. Right. Right, I can move that one, stretches out, right. I shouldn't need this piece anymore, but just in case, I will extend those pieces. I mean, there's still parts that have the joy of mucking up the ability to walk through something. Right. Now, I've got to try to get this halfway up the wall. That looks like it goes into the wall. That's no good because it means it's going to stick through, isn't it? Right. Let us stick a floor panel down. Right. I'll make it that colour. So if I now do that and go up to there, that did not work. That's weird. I have no idea why that did not want to. Just out of interest, if I come over here, see, that's what should have happened. And even if you do it from the side, that didn't work, but I can still just, well, I can when the fingers work. How many times? There you go. So that's what should happen. But for some reason, I think it's because of the thing there. Okie doke. So I've got a wire hidden in the wall. There we go. Does it show on this side? No, it doesn't. Good. Okie doke. So now we've got that there, I should be able to about halfway. I'm going to end up with a wire stuck in the wall, aren't I? Hang on. Right. Now at least I can delete them off in a second. Right. So if I... 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, we're going to give it 10. Well, we will when the fingers work. Tell you what, we don't need to put the rest in just at the minute. Oh, I only had 5 in originally. Okay. So if I now drop that to there, drop that to there, then I can literally just crawl this round. Oh, hang on. So you two and from there I needed to go in that, right, so hang on, let's you go there. I know this is a chunk of wire, but we already have a fair bit of wire in here. The thing is, how do I get in here to do this? Right, here we go. Right, that is switches. I need to go lower down. There we go. So if that one goes there, that did not connect. We are broken. We have a broken connection. So there's a slight wire there, but I will do... Where are we broken? We're broken here. We go there, and then we come out to there, and from there we go to there. Welcome to wiring. And we can get rid of that one. And we can go from there to there. There we go, we're up and running again. Right, I'll probably end up having to do a little bit of a rejig on the wire, but at least we have power, and it's now lying down so it's out of the way. And that should actually have been one with a door in it. So we go back to here, we go into here, click. Just stick you there so we know that you're there, yes. And then we want the one with the door. That one there, I think. And then we've also got where's the other door? Is that the door? Yeah, that's the one with the glass, but at least that we've got the grey points on it. So what we're going to do is remove and oops, replace. There we go. I think there's another type of door. Hello there, Mia. How are you doing? Are you having a wonderful chill day? No pun intended. So yeah, let's have a look. EP? What's the letters missing from that by any chance? Because I feel there's more to it than EP. In fact, I'll go and stand on top of the primary ring. Right. So, might not have finished with the overall bit there, but we've got some of the engine section done, and we'll have to work out the little sticky out. Yes, it happens. It just means lack of coffee, probably. So after doing the engines, we then talked about how we've got that section ready, and then made it so the other section side now matches it. I must put the panel back that I removed. I'll do that in a moment. And then, of course, we laid down the power so it fitted inside there. That'll be a sealed section. It's not important. I might leave a window so people can go, oh, look, that's where his power is, you know. Might change these a little bit more in colour if I can do a bit more changing to them. Try to get them to fit in a bit more. But as we know, interiors are always a lot different from the exterior. And then of course we'll be working a bit more on the front, getting the shape of the front and the sides of the front. I'll do some more experimentation on the bits that needed the funny shaped pieces, and work out what I'm going to use that's got the reddish glow that's actually going to fit. The big lights might do it, if I can fit them in. I could just cram it full of little lights, but that'll just be messy and horrible. So, plus we'll need to save a few parts. Right. And before I do forget, I am going to fix that panel that I removed so I could do the wiring. So, sorted. Carefully remove a couple of the pieces. And I think, oh no, it's just the shadow of the ship. Right. And I can remove that as well. So great how the shadow's just conveniently right in the yeah. This is the section we're going to talk about. I'll go this side of the ship. Watch this. The shadow will bloody move. I think it has already moved, actually. But it's clearing. It is clearing. So, obviously this bit of scaffy that's in place, that was to line up with trying to get... This was me trying to get the stairs lined up. The stairs didn't work. You need a 45 degree, get the 45 degree, and then it's not quite how you want it. So I'm looking for the side pieces, like say it's got to be a black grill, orangey red grill on the back. Yeah, but we're getting there. We are getting there, which is good. And this bit here is going to... Actually, because it's got to go up, it probably is this next piece that's turning. So this next one, as it comes round, will start to slope up to cover the top of where the ship is, the top of the ship. So, but it's only going to have the 2 decks. I don't know how many decks the ship's meant to have. There's very little information on the ship. So, but it's getting there. Slowly. It's getting there. Right, is it worth trying to sort something else out while I'm here? Probably not at the minute. Like I say, the bridge is going to be up front, so possibly that one. In fact, if I grab a... It's that one. Obviously leaving myself up there, so I'm at the extent of the reach of the thing. So yeah, it comes down. That's because the floor will go like so. So we'll put our little pilot. And there is no floor plan of this ship. We'll add that. That's another reason why I don't know how many decks or what the actual size of the thing is, because there's very little information on it. It just looked interesting, and I thought, right, I will have some fun with that. And So yeah, the pilot will be in here looking out. I'll probably have to no, my look, I'll probably put the seat in slightly the wrong place. Every time you get out of the seat, you'll end up going through the piece of glass, which not that it ever happened before. It's like my ship actually. It has a little. Actually, I should show that because it's quite a funny little glitch, and it's all the way up there. But we'll jump off and head down. Took me a while to work out why I was having a problem getting into the seat of my ship, and then I realised there was something not quite where it should have been. Because I run forward, and of course now it doesn't do it, but if I do that, I put a seat outside, and quite often when you run towards getting in the ship, you end up, oh bugger, I didn't mean to do that. Yeah, you quite often end up clicking on the wrong seat. So you go to jump in your seat and take off, and instead you end up, am I going to land on that sentinel? Never used to be sentinels on this planet. Now they're all pissy about it. Yes, he was going to come across and give me trouble there. It's just momentarily you saw the thing flash up. Passage on. Yes, there are a few. This is a central system, so you can do a jump from here to the center of the galaxy. If you do that, you will end up back in Euclid, because this is 255, of course, that I'm building in. Not the easiest for visiting, but there are a few people who are up here. So, I'm going to call it there. Thanks everyone for dropping by and watching. If you've got any questions, you can always leave a comment in the comment section, and I will answer whatever questions and weird things. And if you've got a suggestion for a ship, then yeah, make a suggestion and I will see what I can do. I will add it to the list. So bye bye for now, and I will catch you all later. Thanks for watching.